Good evening, everyone. Come to me.
Coordinate.
Good evening, everyone. It is 6:00 p.m. on this beautiful Thursday, July 8th, 2021, and I would like to welcome everyone back live in living color. Woo! Most of us, I guess. I'd like to call this meeting of the Lansing School District Board of Education to order. Will everyone please join me for the simultaneous Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you very much. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Dr. Boddy? Dr. Burrows?
Here.
Ms. Hodgen? Mrs. Lawrence?
Here.
Mrs. Lilgy? Mr. Lopez?
Present.
Mrs. Moore?
Present.
Mrs. Willis? Quorum is present.
Thank you very much. And I am aware that Dr. Rodriguez and Mrs. Willis are both traveling this evening and would not be joining us tonight. So we look forward to seeing them next time. There's no public comment on agenda items this evening, no presentations, so we will move right along to our debut report from our new superintendent, Mr. Ben Schuldiner.
Good evening, everyone. It's just an absolute honor and privilege to be here. I want to thank the board for their trust in me, their faith in me, and I really look forward to many years of service with all of you so that we can make the school district even better and serve the children of Lansing. I want to thank the staff of the Lansing School District. In the brief time that I've been here, they've been incredibly warm and open and welcoming, and I really want to appreciate them. And then most importantly, I want to thank the community. I've spent a lot of my days these last couple of months walking through the city of Lansing, meeting with folks, and it's just been incredible how much energy and vibrancy this community has for its schools. And so I hope to not let any of you down and to just say that I look forward to engaging so that we can serve our students better. Just to bring you up to speed on what we've been doing, even before I started officially, we ran a wonderful 5-hour strategic planning meeting with senior staff where we have been working on district goals. We've been working on a reorganization of the school district, and we've been working on changing policies and procedures to better serve our adults and our students. Just today, I was able to both finalize interviewing and hiring 2 new administrators, which I'm really proud of. In addition, I met for 2 hours with our high school principals and senior staff to discuss not only reopening schools, but how we can make our high schools even better and more vibrant. I've spent a lot of time going into the community, meeting with a lot of members, and one of the big things is that, and we talked about this today, is that we're going to be organizing a series of community events throughout the city, north, south, east, and west, to be a part of the community events so that students know to enroll in Lansing. We actually bought a new domain, enrollinlansing.com, to make it even easier for families to enroll their children. And then, of course, the big news that I am extremely ecstatic about is that today we announced that we will be opening up school to face-to-face instruction starting in the fall. It is time, and what was so wonderful about today's event is that it wasn't my voice, but it was the voice of students, the voice of teachers, the voice of parents, the voice of the community saying that we thank you for keeping us safe, and I want to thank this board for keeping this community safe. It was a a difficult and strong decision that you made. And now it's time for us to open up schools face to face. And so it was a wonderful, wonderful meeting. The energy was palpable. And I know that we're going to be moving forward to do that. Also on the horizon, just to kind of give everyone a heads up, I hope to announce in the next couple of weeks some exciting news about pre-K. I want to specifically thank the Deputy Superintendent, Sergio Keck, for his incredible hard work and in focusing on pre-K. And I really hope that we're able to do some pretty special things with pre-K. And then the last thing is that I'm just really proud of our senior staff. They're sitting right here. You probably haven't seen them face to face in a long time, and I just want to thank each and every one of you. You've been a pleasure to work with and to really work for, and I just hope that this is the beginning of many years and many meetings together. So thank you for your hard work. And with that, I just look forward to us moving forward together. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. Moving on to routine matters and old business this evening. First up, we have committee reports. Facilities Committee, Mr. Lopez.
Excuse me.
Hello, Mr. Lopez.
Good evening, and glad to see everybody back. I do not have a promise board meeting. We haven't met. Facility. I guess I have to. We haven't met in the facilities either, so there is no meeting. I guess I didn't write my report down, so that. Thank you, but no, there's no meeting coming up until next week or week after next. We do have a meeting. We also will be having a bond steering committee meeting before the facilities meeting, and then I'll be reporting at the next meeting on whatever happens there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lopez. I know that Mrs. Willis and Dr. Rodriguez are not with us this evening, so I'm going to cover their committee reports all at one time. The Personnel Committee, in your board packet, you have a personnel report for board approval as well as one for board information. The Equity Committee has not met and the Policy Committee has not met.
Yeah, that's.
Any questions on those committees? When are they going to meet? I don't know. I'm not on those committees. Moving on. Okay, we're going to actually come back to the executive team for the Did You Knows. Do you have Did You Knows tonight?
They do. This wonderful executive team. One of the things that I am very proud of is just the hard work that the executive team does, and these are kind of a fun way to hear their voice and hear what they're thinking. So I'd like to turn it over to the executive team for a round of Did You Knows.
In person. Did you knows? Yay. Did you know we are holding our Launch Your Dreams enrollment event on July 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Eastern Football Field Complex, located at 400 North Pennsylvania Avenue. This event will be free and open to the public.
Good evening. Did you know at this event, we'll have our 3 new Capital Area Career Lab trailers. Those include Advanced Manufacturing, Health Sciences and Human Services, and Information Technology. In those trailers, you will be able to enroll in all the Lansing School District offerings.
Good evening. Did you know at this event, our parents will have the opportunity to learn and enroll in our highly successful preschool through 12th grade programs, including our brand new Capital Area K-12 online school. Additionally, parents and students can learn about how to enroll in adult education, to obtain a GED, a high school diploma, or enroll in English as a new language courses. We will have free food available using our new Sodexo food truck, games on the field, and our community partners will be there to showcase all the wonderful offerings for our families. Finally, Lansing will have a chance, an opportunity to meet and chat with our new superintendent of schools, Mr. Ben Scholl-Dinner. Thank you.
Good evening. Did you know if you're not able to make this event, we will be holding enrollment events throughout the city. Concerts in the park on July 21st at Fulton Park and August 4th at Hunter Park, both 7 to 9 p.m. August 12th, Family Fun Night at Leroy Froy from 7:30 to 9:30, and August 19th at Hildebrandt from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Please keep an eye on our social media pages for all the details. Remember, you can always enroll at enrollinlansing.com, and we look forward to seeing you at these enrollment events.
Thank you so much. Turn it back over to the president.
Thank you, executive team. And I think that's a great idea to have enrollment events concurrent with those concerts in the park, because I know those are extremely popular and fun events every Wednesday night. Moving on to our consent agenda this evening. Our consent agenda includes approval of the June 17th public hearing minutes and regular board meeting minutes, and the receipt and approval of this evening's personnel report. May I have a motion?
My President, I move that the items listed on the consent agenda will be approved. As one motion, will be approved. Supposed to read it.
It's been moved by Mrs. Hodgins, supported by Dr. Boddy. Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Dr. Boddy?
Yes.
Dr. Burrows?
Yes.
Mrs. Hodgin?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawrence?
Yes.
Mrs. Liljy?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Our next items this evening are our action items. First up, we have MHSAA membership resolution. We do have District Athletic Director Chris Henderson. Chris, what high school did you go to? Lansing Sexton, Big Red graduate, just for the record. We do have Chris Henderson with us this evening. If any board members have questions about MHSAA, I know that Chris would be happy to answer them. And Chris, if you want to, do you want to give us a little info, little something?
Sure.
Which schools are joining? How much does this cost us? What do we get for it?
Absolutely. Greetings. Thank you. The MHSA membership is free of charge to any high school or middle school in the state of Michigan. It provides $1 million insurance coverage, and more importantly, it provides education to our student athletes, our staff, our coaching. It provides compliance with all the rules and regulations that they set forth in terms of eligibility and tournament affiliation, as well as the officials and providing all the postseason tournament for district, regional, state, if you're familiar with athletics, state playoff awards and recognition. Our three high schools, Lansing Eastern, Lansing Sexton, and Lansing Everett, have been members. And also our middle school, I guess I should say our 7th and 8th grade schools as well, which would be Dwight Rich, Gardner, bear with me, they've switched a little bit here, Post Oak, Wood Creek. I think there was 7. All the high schools. Dwight Rich, Gardner, Post Oak, Wood Creek. There you go. 7 altogether. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Chris. Any other questions about MHSAA membership for Chris? Ma'am.
I don't know if this is about membership, but I do have a question about like the schedule got shifted around obviously last year. Are we going back to like the schedule that was 2 years ago?
Correct. So we'll have regular season, full seasons for fall, winter, and spring. So far at this point, and they will be a complete season.
Yeah. A question, or maybe a statement, either way. MHSA is a great organization in terms of sports and has been here for a long, long time. Some of the concerns that board members have had previously and was that the eligibility for participation was so low in terms of grade point average, GPA under a 2, that, it wasn't, it was a feeling that MHSA was really not interested in academics for athletes. So I would expect that our district would do something about academics in terms of their participation for sports, and I'm sure that our superintendent will come up with some information and some plan so that we can really celebrate our athletes, not only because of their athleticism, but also because of their work in the classroom and the help that we can give those students that need, the extra help in order to be, successful students, both academically and athletics. So in remembering, one of those members that was highly opposed to this was Gary. And so, Gary, for you, I'm going to vote no, but that's okay. But I think parents should understand that.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Any other questions about MHSAA? I just want to make a quick statement. It's been no secret the past school year that I've been pretty disgusted with what I consider to be a total lack of leadership coming out of MHSAA, and really not having the health and safety of student athletes in mind, setting aside their eligibility race to the bottom. I know that this is not going, I know that we get more benefit from being MHSA members than not. But really, I find the organization to have a complete dearth of leadership, and I think it's pretty pathetic. For that reason, I will be voting no, but only if we have enough board members who are going to vote yes, because I do think I want them to know that I don't like them, but I also want our schools to get the benefit of being MHSAA members. I'm really taking a hard line here. I'll vote no, but only if the rest of you will vote yes. I'm sending it right now, Ms. Hodgen, but in our board meetings that are very popular viewing, I'm sure. Any other comments or questions on MHSAA? Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll? I'm sorry, can I have a motion? Did I have a motion?
No, I move that the Board of Education, excuse me. Oh, thank you. I move that the Board of Education adopt the Michigan High School Athletic Association 2020-2021 membership resolution for the year of August 1st, 2021 through July 31st, 2022.
Support.
Thank you very much. And I'm so sorry that I did not have a motion on a table that entire time. I got to get it together for these board meetings. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Dr. Boddy? Dr. Burrows?
Yes.
Ms. Hodgen? Mrs. Lawrence?
No.
Mrs. Lilje?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
No.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Moving on to bank resolutions for fiscal year 22. John Lang, is this you?
I can.
Sure.
It's you.
Hi. So normally we do these at the organizational meeting in January unless there's changes of leadership. So these are just to add Superintendent Children and Mr. Keck for the checks or the contract signing, and Superintendent for the checks, and then also the banks to have access. But so we'll do them again in January, but that's the normal time.
Okay. Thanks, John. That makes perfect sense. May I have a motion?
Madam President,
Dr. Burrows.
I would like to move that the Board of Education adopt the bank resolutions for the fiscal year 2022 as presented.
It's been moved by Dr. Burrows, supported by Ms. Hodgen. Any further questions or discussion on this item? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Dr. Boddy?
Yes.
Dr. Burrows?
Yes.
Ms. Hodgen?
Yes.
Mrs. Lawrence?
Yes.
Mrs. Lilje?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Moving on, no new business or discussion items this evening. We've got a report from Secretary, which I will pinch hit for Dr. Rodriguez this evening. Next Thursday, July 15th, no regular board meeting. 2 weeks from tonight, Thursday, July 22nd, there is a tentative regular board meeting. So I will keep board members posted. If there are items that we need to cover that evening, then we will have a meeting, although it will more than likely be brief. Saturday, July 24th will be a board retreat that will be held at the University Club, I believe at 9 a.m. I will double check that timeline and make sure everybody has that information. And that will just be a 1-day board retreat, 9 to about 5 o'clock. We'll have dinner and then we'll be done. Wednesday, July 22nd, Launch Your Dreams enrollment event from 3 to 7 at 400 North Pennsylvania Avenue. What is that? What's that location? It's Eastern? Okay, at Eastern High School, 400 North Pennsylvania Avenue. At the football stadium. Run some laps. That's free to attend, and you can use that as an opportunity to enroll in preschool or K through 12 adult ed in all programs and meet Mr. Ben. That concludes the Secretary's report. No public comments on non-agenda items. Any board comments this evening? Dr. Body.
Thanks, Madam President. I want to briefly explain why I'm the only person in the room wearing a mask. As a physician, I'm exposed to sick individuals every day. And so as a courtesy to all of you, if I'm carrying any germs, I'll keep them to myself. I worked at the hospital this weekend because my second job is as a pediatric hospitalist at Sparrow. And I took care of an adolescent with MISC, multi-system inflammatory syndrome for children, which is basically where multiple organs shut down because of COVID. So it's still happening, and it's happening to young people too. It's not just adults. So we should keep this in mind when we make decisions. I fully support reopening the schools to in-person learning, but I will always advocate for doing it in a way that keeps the health and safety of our kids in mind. And if you are out there and happen to be watching this, if you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, please do. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Body. I really appreciate those remarks. We did have some questions from the press today about safety and mask requirements when school does start. And I told everyone that we will absolutely follow CDC guidelines. We know that vaccines are only approved for kids who are 12 and up, and we obviously have kids who are between the ages of 4 and 12. So as of today, staff and students will be masked when they're inside. We understand that those requirements might change if COVID is miraculously eradicated in the next month and a half. But as of today, we will still continue to take steps to keep kids and adults healthy and safe when they're in our buildings. My 3-year-old wears a mask at daycare all day, so everyone can do it. Ms. Hodgen?
To Dr. Body, I have the vaccination. When I go shopping, sometimes, let's say to the mall, there's some people that get irate because I'm not using my mask. So yesterday I had to go to a public meeting and I wore my mask because I didn't want to upset people. Do you think there should be, I don't know, some sort of a rule by someone, vaccinated or not, wear your mask or I don't know. What do you think the solution is? Because it is very unfortunately that I did what I had to do and I get insulted for it. And yet I feel really, I don't have to use the mask, I have to be honest. But if I have to use the mask, that's no problem. But there should be some sort of rule, some sort of I don't know.
Are you referring to a rule for us?
No, a question for you. What do you see? What would we as a group should do when we are outside so that,
When you are outside in the open, you certainly don't have to wear a mask. The risk of transmission is infinitely low. I myself, outdoors, typically don't wear a mask unless it's a really large gathering of people. Like if I happen to decide to go to a high school football game and sit in the stands, I'll probably wear a mask. Societally, though, I mean, we don't have herd immunity yet. And the people that are dying from COVID, almost 100% of them are people who haven't been vaccinated yet. So thank you for getting your vaccine. By getting the vaccine, you have effectively protected yourself against severe illness or death, which is the point. If you are exposed to COVID, you might get some mild cold symptoms, but that's about it. Your risk of spreading it to other people is also exceedingly low as a general member of the public. Even my risk as a vaccinated individual spreading it to others is low, I get it. But as a physician who's exposed to people every day who are sick, who cough in my face, as a common courtesy, I'm going to keep wearing the mask for a while. But you as an individual, you don't have to in order to protect yourself. And unless you are in certain circumstances, like in an airport or at a hospital or in a doctor's office, by and large, you're fine without a mask.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Lopez?
Thank you. Well, again, this is our first meeting in person. So, Ben, welcome to the meeting again. And I'm glad we got that one done already. But yeah, there were some questions about the safety. And I did remind them that we have done a lot for our schools. This board has approved any number of, large amount of money for safety precautions for the air quality in the district. So, but there's more to be done, I'm sure, somehow. And I think the most important thing is the information to the community and to parents as to what we have done to make it safe, that our buildings are safe. And then, like Dr. Body, the mask requirements, we'll see what CDC says for classrooms, but I think we will be observing as much as we can. The third thing is during our events, such as the Launch Your Dreams enrollment event, could we not offer vaccines as well? I think if you work with the health department, that they would be able to set up shop. And in any other event that we're going to have public, we have large gatherings, that we could offer that.
Yeah, but before we started school, someone suggested that to Mr. Senacropi to see if the city would do it for us because our classes were going to start or bid, and they said it didn't apply to us, and they basically didn't care that we had to wait for our turn.
No,
I wonder if this is the same.
at this point in time, there's vaccines. I think what we need is just, I'm talking about, we have an event, people are going to come. Why can we not have a vaccine station?
Yeah, no, I agree.
So, and we can do it at every public setting. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a wonderful idea, and we'll certainly look into it. As many of you know, the schools provided vaccines throughout, and they've done a great job. And I think that having a group of people come and we know that they're there, we'll absolutely look into it. And I really appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, Dr. Burrows.
This is a totally different point. I believe that this is Mrs. Moore's first in-person school board meeting. So I just wanted to thank you and welcome you to our group, and we really look forward to seeing you in person a lot over the near future.
Any other comments from board members this evening? Look at the time. That was short and sweet. All right. Well, then at 6:29, with no further business before the board, we are adjourned.